afternoon viewers, welcome to your favorite research network Live Tips. This is Mohan to give more updates about equity market in the afternoon session. Today market with the open with a bit of negative bias on the basis of Infosys results posted on this, and it was estimated was very weak. I mean, Mark Street estimated above it was more than EPS and upgradation on the earnings and all. So it has given the not meet the street estimation. So there is some bit of weakness coming from the Infosys and IT sector as a whole index has dragged down the Nifty in the early morning, and it is continued from the even banking index has given us some bit of weakness after the inflation data has came down on the market. So overall it is a weakness for the market. Even we can see this in intraday movement is down by around 5,800 below. So we are seeing some bit of pressure in the market. Whatever we saw yesterday, a pullback rally or short coverage rally, we can say on this, and it's not continue further on this. So you may see some on weekly closing might be a weakness on the market. So currently, and even we are seeing SBI, IDFC, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, all are giving some bit of weakness. Even bank index is giving some weakness. Even Infosys has given around 3,200, currently trading 3,220 levels. So there is a bit of weakness in the further downside. We can see on this up to 2,900 or 800 levels on the Infosys on coming days. So these are the major weakness for the current market. We are not seeing any much buying happening on this. Even in the realty sectors, we saw some early morning some strengthness, but later on it has even that also been pulled down. So overall market is in weak. Nifty again is taking support around 5,740 levels, and if it is breaking, then we see that 5,700 and below that 5,650 on the coming hours. So if it is holding above 5,740 and 5,750, then we may see some pullback up to 5,800. So overall, it is a weakness at the market. We need to see it closing, how it will be there again. So that's all about the current market on this. We still have commodity and currency market to discuss more on after this short commercial. Don't go away. Thank you.
Good afternoon viewers, welcome back to your favorite research network Live Tips. We will have a quick update on what is happening in the currency market with Mr. Joy, and later during the session we will discuss the commodities with myself, Navneet. So welcome Joy.
Thanks, Navneet.
So Joy, how is US dollar trading in today's market?
Well, the dollar strengthened against the euro for the first time in 4 days, on speculation that the recovery of the world's largest economy is gaining traction, underpinning the appeal for the US assets. So this is also supported by the latest data that came into the market yesterday. The greenback traded near its strongest in almost a week versus the yen before US reports tomorrow. That may show retail sales rose for 6 months and industrial production expanded. So the US market is expecting a better positive data tomorrow.
So what is the current level against the euro and yen?
Well, the dollar rose to 1.3096 per euro at 6:41 AM in London from 1.3131 in New York yesterday. When it touched 1.3144, that's the weakest level since Jan 6. The US currency is about 83.06 yen from 83 yen near the Jan 7 high of 83.68 yen. The euro fetched 108.77 yen from 109 after early reaching 109.15. That's the strongest since Jan 6th.
So
we have seen a mixed response against the Japanese yen and euro.
And we have seen the euro appreciating also. Joy, can you give us a quick update on the World Bank report that came on US growth rate?
Well, the growth in the US is expected to be unchanged at 2.8% in 2011, with strong domestic demand growth, though the economy continues to deal with high unemployment and shrinking of an outgrown housing sector. So we are seeing some negative factor in terms of the housing sales in US at the moment.
And there is a concern about unemployment numbers also. So how is the US dollar index trading today?
Well, the dollar index, which tracked the dollar against the currencies of 6 major US trading partners, such as euro, rose to 0.2% to 80.205 today. So we are seeing a marginal increase in the US dollar index
also. And how is the Australian dollar trading in today's market?
Well, the Australian dollar fell after a government report that showed the nation's employees added fewer jobs in December than economists predicted. The Australian currency, which has weakened 2.8% against the dollar in 2011, and its worst flood in decades, declined against 11 of its 16 major counterparts, as the jobs data increased speculation that the central bank will refrain from raising interest rates. Sorry, the Australian dollar declined to 99.45 US cents from 99.66 cents yesterday. The so-called Aussie slipped to 82.61 yen from 82.71 yen. The Australian dollar declined to 99.45 US cents from 99.66 cents yesterday. The so-called Aussie slipped to 82.61 yen from 82.71 yen. So still the floods is impacting the Australian currencies.
So after the nature's fury, we are seeing some negative economic data that is coming in the Australian front. So thank you, Mr. Joy, for your valuable insights.
Yes, right.
Stay tuned, viewers. We'll be back with more updates right after this short commercial.
Welcome back, viewers. We'll discuss the commodities market with Mr. Nari. Welcome, Mr. Nari.
Thank you, Joy.
So, Mr. Nari, what are the trends in the bullion for today's market?
Yeah. Gold was trading little change during the Asian trading session as a smooth government bond sale in Portugal eased some concerns surrounding the European debt uncertainty. Spot gold was at $1,386.72 an ounce during the early Asian trading session after gaining for 3 days to $1,389.03 yesterday, the highest price since January 4th. So we have seen some buying interest happening in the gold prices, but right now we are seeing a range-bound trading that is coming in the Asian trading session.
So also we have got a good response for the Portuguese debt.
Yes, that was a very positive data for which came in the economic front, and probably that will be acting as a negative factor for bullion prices. Portugal Prime Minister Jorge Socrates called the bond sale as a success and ruled out the need for any external help. So that actually is a concern probably that ECB might be intervening in all these factors. So that gave a very good relief into the ECB region yesterday. Portugal sold 599 million euros or $786 millions of bonds due to be matured in 2020 at a yield of 6.716%. The Portuguese Debt Management Agency said in a press release yesterday. After this debt sale in Europe, markets will be keenly focusing on the uneven recovery that is happening in the US economy. Mainly the shift has been changing it from the ECB, the European zone into the US economic data that is coming in for the this week actually. Immediate delivery silver fell by 0.3% to $10.58 an ounce. So the market will be keenly watching for the unemployment claims data that is coming from the US today evening.
Okay, fine. So what about the trends in crude oil?
Crude oil is hovering around the 27-month high levels after US crude stockpiles shrank and a pipeline operator in Alaska planned to halt output to complete the repairs to a leak which happened on January 8th in fact. So we have seen the prices reacting positively to this news which came in. Futures traded about $1.91 a barrel in New York for a third day after the company said that it will close a Trans-Alaskan pipeline system to install a bypass. So probably we'll be seeing some supply disruption also coming into the market for the next couple of days in fact. Remember that the pipeline partially resumed operation in January 11th, 3 days after the spill. So we are seeing some supply disruption that is actually hitting the market. An energy department release showed that the crude inventories in US, the world's largest oil consumer, dropped for a 6th straight week, the longest losing streak since July 2009. So probably we are seeing some demand also picking up in the US also. Crude for the February delivery was at $91.87 a barrel in electronic trading session on the New York Mercantile Exchange, up 1 cent during the early Asian trading session. So we are seeing some buying interest happening in the Asian trading session, but market will be keenly following the currency movement during the evening trading session today.
And still we are seeing the bullish trend in the currency.
Probably we will be seeing the bullish trend continuing. The fundamentals are holding strong.
Okay, fine. So what are the trends in base metals?
Yeah. Copper declined for the first time in 3 days in London as expectations of slower growth in China, the largest consumer, damped the demand outlook for base metals. Zinc and nickel also fell along with copper prices. The metal for 3 months delivery slid as much as 0.5% to $9,637.50 a metric ton on the London Metal Exchange and traded at $9,657. Zinc lost by 1.3% to $2,448 a ton. So we are seeing some correction happening in the base metals fund. A World Bank estimate indicates towards Chinese economy growing at a slower pace of 8.7% in 2011 and declining by 8.4% in 2012. So that is a negative estimate which came from the World Bank front. Probably this will be impacting the global demand scenario in base metals.
So they are having a forecast of 8.4 for 2012.
Yeah, so we are expecting a decline of 0.3% in the GDP. So that is a negative factor for base metal prices.
Okay.
Sumitomo Metal Mining Company, Japan's top producer, said in a press release that nickel supply will outpace demand this year as new projects start and demand growth in China slows following the government's tighter monetary policies. We have seen the rate hikes happening for the last couple of weeks. So probably we are seeing some impact that is spilling over into the market also. So that we are seeing some reduction in the risk appetite for the investors also. And we are seeing correction happening in base metals. Aluminium fell by 0.3% and lead was trading little change. Nickel lost 0.3% and tin gained 0.2% during the early Asian trading session.
Okay, thanks Naveen for your valuable
You're welcome.
information. So that's all for now, viewers. We'll be back with more news and updates on the financial markets in evening section. Till then, this is Joy saying goodbye with Navneet from LabTips Market Research.